Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Preferred Lies. I'm Jay Coffin, joined this time by CBSSports.com senior writer Steve Elling and Golfweek senior writer Rex Hoggard. Now, we should have beers out here and should toast because Michelle Wee's season is over. Thank God, right, Rex?
How about milk? We can toast just with milk.
I think she wants to go back and erase this one?
I bet we'll go off the milk campaign. Got a break. Because, I mean, that's what this young lady needs. I mean, it's a shame. I mean, she could be the quintessential player of her generation, and she continues to get pushed down the wrong road. I don't know anything about anything, but I know that her parents have her heading in the wrong direction. She admitted last week during a press conference that she shouldn't have played this year at an event she was playing at. Yeah. There's a disconnect there that just doesn't make any sense. I don't understand this.
She shoots 71 in the final round to finish 19th in a field of 20 to move up one spot on the totem pole from where she was. It's the second time the entire year she broke par, and apparently her management was just so giddy with delight over the potential comeback story that is at hand that he quit.
It's not getting any better than 71. I'm out of here.
It's as good as it gets.
It's the second time in 366 days that a guy has quit, that her manager has quit the day after the Samsung tournament. There's absolutely no joy in Mudville.
That is a textbook case, and we have piled on, and I have no interest in continuing to wrap an 18 or 19-year-old girl on the nose, because let's go straight to the horse here. I mean, the horse is the Wees, the parents. I mean, Boo and BJ are the textbook case of bad sports parents.
Well, yeah, how do you disagree? I mean, they've run away a handful of caddies, a couple agents.
Some very good caddies.
You got to think that David Ledbetter is...
You can't be happy with that situation.
Next.
If I was him, I'd do everything I could to get fired at this point. It's like, gee, what do I have to do to get off
when
a
you're playing
sinking
shoot
ship?
80, that's usually a chance for you to get fired, and yet they keep him around.
And unfairly, she finally admitted that she shouldn't have been playing, and he's been painted with this brush, that it's been his fault because her swing is in a state of ruins right now. Yeah. That's not his fault.
No,
she's playing with bad wrists and bunting the ball around, and his reputation's been besmirched because he's got a contract to coach Michelle Wee, and he's sticking to it.
And he can't get out of it. Yeah,
right.
I mean,
it's just been bad all the way around. And her parents, the world is becoming very familiar now with the Korean parent stereotype. And there's a reason there's a stereotype in this case. They are extreme micromanagers. Mm-hmm. They are very involved with their kids. Live with their kids frequently until their kids are into their 30s in some cases. It's just a different culture. That is the culture. Nothing good about it, nothing bad about it. It's the way it is. And that's the expectation. In the golf model, how often do you go on an LPGA driving range and see the parents standing there watching the daughter hit balls? All the time.
Ledbetter's not running those practice sessions. Our LPGA beat writer has a fabulous feature story this week on Michelle out of the event last week, and I didn't even realize this, that the parents, that Boo and BJ run the practice sessions. I mean, where does that leave Ledbetter? He has virtually no voice. He's a figurehead. He's someone to,
they're all
they put on the, exactly.
Yeah, what does he know?
He's the fall guy.
Yeah. What does he know? Nick Faldo, Nick Price, Ernie Els, that guy can't possibly know anything.
Charles Howell.
Charles
you're
Howell,
right.
Himmelman.
I guess my thing is, if you are the parents, I mean, I know how front and center they are and everything, but what has to continue? How bad does it have to get before you realize that something has to change? I mean, seriously, it's gotten pretty bad. The girl's having difficulty breaking 80 on a regular basis. She's standing out there with a wedge in the middle of the fairway from 100 yards out and hitting it high left and low right. I mean, what has to happen before them to realize that maybe we need to change some things?
Well, I think in their mind they probably think they have it right. The fact that she
still think they're doing it right.
The fact that I'm not buying it was all the injury. I mean, at some point the psyche has to start being slapped around,
You're right.
and you can't recover from that.
Scar tissue.
The women's open.
Yeah, there are many forms of scar tissue. Not all of it just with tendons in her wrist, and it's going to take, I think, a long time to dig herself out of this, if she ever does. I think
about what she could have been for golf. I mean, she could have been the Tiger Woods of women's golf if they would have just let her be, if they would have taken that Earl Woods model and continued to let her develop.
And now as of October 11th, she's just another 18-year-old.
You're right.
She's just another one in there, and she's 18 now. Mm-hmm. If anybody was being kind to her because she was perceived to be this young phenom, the gloves are off. Yeah. She's an adult. She's older than some of the other players now. and she's going to be judged by the same paintbrush as Creamer and Pressel and all the other ones of her ilk.
They've won. They've succeeded. They have their tour cards.
Right.
I mean, that's a different. Yeah.
Real quick before we leave, where's Michelle Wie in 2 years?
Ooh, a junior at Stanford.
Okay, good answer.
I'm going to go out on a limb and hope
Who
for
has
the
still has
best.
millions in the bank.
I'm going to go out on a limb and hope for the best because I think she could be fabulous for golf, a 3-time winner on the LPGA Tour.
Okay, I think you're crazy. I would agree a little bit more.
All right.
That wraps it up for this edition of Preferred Lies. Jump into the discussion boards on Golfweek.com. We want to know what you have to say about Michelle Wie. Is she ever going to get it back? Is she never going to be able to break 80 again? Who knows? So jump in there. We want to hear from you. For Steve Elling and Rex Hoggard, I'm Jay Coffin. We'll see you next time here on Preferred Lies. Thanks for catching up with us on YouTube. We may not be as cool as the Brains parody of shoes, but we're pretty damn cool. So check us out on Golfweek.com.